matches where they belong over there. Like those little matches. Well, hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Pattersons, taking the train to Tibet. Well, we have a situation. Let me explain. A few days ago, whenever, I explained to you that there's a difference between getting an award or receiving an award from someone and thinking it's the one versus, it's the institution or whatever. What I'm saying is like, I think what I explained was like back in the early 90s, I got three, I say awards, but grants or whatever in a row. Well, one was from the Paul Robeson Fund from New York State, and then a couple of years later, I got 2 years in a row, I got the National Endowment for the Arts, highest, whatever, awards of funding, right? But, and the first year that I got, took on the National Endowment one, I got a letter from Al D'Amato, who was the senator from New York State at the time, okay? Okay, fine. Got a letter from him. The office of the Senate, da da da. And then the next year, I guess because he was a Republican, but the next year, I guess because the Democrat realized, hey, we missed something here, right? So the next year when I got it, I got it. I got a letter from the Republican guy, Al D'Amato, with the letterhead in the Senate, da 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 da. And then I got it from the Democrat thing, the Senate Democrat, whatever, right? And that happened to be, I hate saying his name. They don't. Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Now, I had no love for Al D'Amato, and I had a loathing for Daniel Patrick Moynihan. Only I went and said before. If you look it up, you figure out what I said. Now, the thing is, and then I also brought up that, Denzel got an award from the National Freedom thing, and he got it from, what's that guy, Joe Biden, right? Now, so he didn't get it from, well, Joe Biden put it on him, but he didn't get it from Joe Biden, he got it from the President of the United States. It's sort of protocol, you know what I mean? Now, if he would have got it from, I don't know, if Barack Obama put it around his neck, he would have probably been, I say, happier, but it still come from the president, office of the whatever of the United States. So the award is, even though whoever is like, look, another person I don't particularly like, who was around about the same time as Al D'Amato and whatever, is Bill Clinton. I think he did the most detrimental thing to not only black folk, use black folk to get in office, but also he did the most damage to all of the United States with his, making so that the media companies now can rule and bringing getting rid of bringing the Democrat Party more to Republican, the whole thing. When it basically went to bed in Wall Street. He's a poor man, and he becomes a rich man, and whatever. All that stuff, right? So something happened recently. At least I saw it. There was a funeral for Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, I might think about Jimmy Carter. I liked him, whatever have you. The problem is that in his reign, he did some other political stuff. But what happened during his reign is that that's when let's call it the shadow government really got its in, because he like Kennedy and a bunch of other people wanted to get rid of the CIA, and them boys, they got their little things, so so we're in a pickle now because we got so many agencies, and for them to justify themselves, right? When I say we, United States, they have so many agencies, like the NI whoever and the CUHADA and the FBI, all these things, and so they have all these. They must have like 15 agencies. And they all employ a bunch of people. So for them to continue to exist, they got to do all kinds of things to prove. The DUI, the DEA, to prove that they're there. So they do stuff to make sure that they can continue to exist. Okay. Now, I just giving that background. I want to say this. Right, people are saying that America, North America, the United States of North America, about they're going to be in revolution, there's going to be a civil war, whatever have you. Let's put it this way. For me, this is why I'm a cultural revolutionary, but I'm not But in life, I'm an evolutionary. I evolve things, you know. If you're a revolutionary, then you can expect there's going to be a counter revolution. Then you got to go back all over it, and there's going to be a counter to that revolution. So basically, you're on a hamster wheel. So that's what I'm believing in revolution. I'm not a revolutionary, right? I'm an internationalist, I'm a nowist, but I'm not a revolutionary, right? I'm an evolutionary. But in culture, I am a cultural revolutionary. Why? Because I realize that nothing is new under the sun. You know, you just remix things, you know, whatever have you. I mean, I just ran across this thing. Don't matter. But the point is, so, you know, you look at things a certain way. Now, I think the reason why people are more pronounced with this Civil War revolution is because people have picked and made sides, right? The problem is, once you win a battle or whatever, how are you supposed to cease for a second, regroup, you know? And my big problem with being an American African most of the time, historically, is that, well, not before, well, we ain't got no strategy and tactics. Nobody's really studying it and putting it in. I think we have one black think tank out there in California. Hope they didn't get burnt out. You know what I mean? There's no lot of think tanks there. People have think tanks, which is good. This is why we have the internet, not why we have the internet. But I advocate that everybody, I don't care who you are, what stripe you are, get yourself a channel, and even if you have two people, just spew your point of view, because that's the think tanking. And somebody might get in, you understand what I'm saying? Well, let me say this. I shouldn't say that. I'm not really, Barack Obama was one of the worst. I know, you know, racist, but because what he did was he betrayed his troops that put him into office. As soon as he got into office, he took all those that monitored emails or whatever and gave it to the Democrat National, whoever they are, right? The same people that Bill Clinton had basically put into place, and then Hillary wanted to be, you know, see, he put them in place, and he betrayed those people that had faith in him by taking the information and not galvanizing the troops to cause true, I said revolution, but true evolution, because the whole thing about what he was doing with social media, whatever, was an evolving thing. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. I don't really like that, what he did. But now what's happening is the worst thing. I think this is so bad, is Michelle Obama, who was the first lady, where was he, the 44th president, whatever president he was, the first lady, didn't adhere to protocol. And remember, she's the one that said, we take the high road, and we don't take that's what she said, you know, full-breasted, full-tittied. She said, we take the high road. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have dissed her like that. Yes, I should. Because now she's put us in a pickle. Because with all her troops, you know, girl power, whatever have you have a lot of commentators, a lot, especially female, you know, people have influence. They say, we hate this one. We hate, yeah, she was right, not to go to the, she's not going to the inaugural, and blah, 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 blah. Well, what's not going to, okay, let's leave the inaugural out of it, right? Let's just stay with the funeral. If every living president and their spouse is at the thing, and you wasn't there. In fact, it's even when Trump took the president, there's this picture of her making a scowl on her face. No, made a scowl on her face. You know, well, not even neutral. Saying her to staying. Then I think she went back. She said she cried for 2 weeks. That you know, but the thing is this. Well, her not going to Jimmy Carter's, maybe she strategically said, well, I'm not going to any more, whatever happened, but she didn't say that. She just said, I ain't going. Then she says, I'm not going to the inaugural. Okay. You, the first lady, need to be with your man. Your man got to go. You the ex-first lady, whatever lady you are. Your man has got to, well, he's adhering to protocol, and you're not going to go. It says two things to me. One, you do not respect the institution that you do not respect, right? Two, forget just the institution. You don't respect your husband. Come on, I don't care what. Come on, all you Michelles. Come on, you Michelle. Tell me I am wrong. If you're married to that man, you got to do certain things. No. Let me back up for just a bit. Let me put it this way, and there's certain rituals that you have to do. Let me tell you how you get out of it. Let me tell you something, right? I have a spiritual advisor, and I have the habit of, for a long time, of creating my own rituals. One time, and he's a Yoruba priest. He's been a Yoruba priest, I don't know, 40 years. I don't know. David's been there for a long time, but he's my spiritual advisor. And I was doing something and dealing with Ogun. I was doing something. He said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Yes, I can." Now, basically, what was happening there is that I am not a part of the Yoruba culture. I understand it, and though I was using elements of Ogun, to whatever I was, but since I'm not a part of the culture, I'm not subject to that. So I do whatever I want. Like for instance, right now, should I show you this right now? Let me show you something. I'm setting up my altar, right? They say altar. Immediately you think Catholic, or you think Yoruba, or you think of whatever. Or, in Virginia, I have an altar to my to my grandmother and my brother. To the family altar like that. But I travel, so I got to make it my own. I make it my own ritual. Now let me show you something here. Let me turn this around. I'm sorry, my arm here, but turn this around. Okay. Now here you see this thing right here. This is a Sheikh Solomon Mbake. Now he's a Marabou. I don't know if he's still alive, but a part of the Islamic tradition, but out of Senegal. It's like in charge of all the bifalls. Don't worry about all that stuff, right? Now he travels with me all the time. He travels in my sling bag. He travels with me as I travel. This travels with me. So basically, I don't say this is my talisman, but it was also if I go to Senegal, it's my free pass in Senegal, because everybody knows, but the people know who know. So even though when I'm stable like this, I'll set him up, because I'm traveling, right? When I'm in Basel, if I'm in Gubevo, or even in Cape Town, or even in Virginia, I don't set up an altar because he's always with my sling bag. But this altar, and look, I got the incense there, the candle there, I got the salt there, flake salt, the thing. I got the drum. I got don't worry about what that is. I got some food over there. Oh, and when I set this thing up, it has nothing to do with the way say Yoruba do. What we got to feed every day, because you have to be stable for that kind of thing. So this is set up for a reason. Fake flowers, but this is set up for a reason. Okay, hold on a second. So let me come back to me, right? Similar to when they used to say, you should pray in your closet. Oh, by the way, I also used to have a background over there. That's my passport. Means I'm traveling. You see, and I got. Oh, let me show you something else. Oh, well, might as well show it. It's going to be backwards for you, but I'll let you see it anyway. This. At one point, I said if I ever was going to be at one point, I said, look, if I was I'd rather be in the Archon tradition rather than Europe or whatever. Archon, what they do is when they go for the priesthood, they lock their hair. When they make the priesthood, they cut the hair off. It's West African. I think it's close to it. Anyway, so this is a symbol from the Archon, like that. See that symbol there? This is my symbol that I took, right? What's it called? Naisana, or whatever it is. It translates to wisdom knot, right? So this has my back. Wisdom knot has my back. I seek wisdom. I don't seek wisdom. I am wisdom. Don't worry about that. So this is my traveling situation. How I set up. It's got my back. So it makes sense to me, because that's how I did. I'm sure that when the Yoruba or the Catholic, when they started to evolve their thing, they also like that. So I'm trying to say that I'm progenitor of a bunch of things, right? Anyway, the point is, so this is my tradition. I don't put it on anybody else. But if somebody wants to do, how you say this, bite this, or take some elements of this, or create their own, they can, if they will, if they want. But if you're in a tradition, you're in that tradition. Now, your man who you created, talking about Michelle now, remember, he's your employee. So you started boinking your employee because he was under you, and you the one that brought him into the Chicago situation with all those people like that, and introduced him to whatever happened. Now he gets along. In fact, you was his first black girlfriend, the whole thing. You know what I mean? By the way, I have to give her a tiny pass because she's a house kitty. You know what I mean? She likes house music. She was back to the point. So for you, because of that, remember you brought him to a certain place, but then he did what you said. Now you got to follow him. You don't want to follow him? Oh, that's a strong black woman. Oh, yeah. Let her shake her head and say, I ain't going to do this. I ain't going to do that. Oh, that guy that took his place, that beat him because, remember, Trump did not start this. Your man started this. You know what I'm talking about. That dinner where he dissed Donald when he's at the press thing, whatever, and we said, and the Brock said, oh, look at Donald. But I had something he never hear. I'm president. He ever go. Well, not only he president twice, and beat all your men. Beat your men. You didn't like that, do you? And here, let me tell you something. Michelle, she ain't the smartest cookie. I know she went to Princeton, but you think about this. It sounds like I'm not going to say what I'm not doing. Let's look at the facts. Is Melania, is that Trump's wife's name? Might be a better or a smarter person than you. She raised the children, her child, I should say, who's small as a whip. Your two children, what they doing? Smoking cigarettes, running tongue with white boys, whatever it is. And this is the one that black women will say, oh, we know what look, how many languages? She speaks like 4, 5, 6 languages. You know what it takes? Kind of your brain sort of thinks differently when you speak a different language. How many languages you speak? No, let me leave them alone. What I am trying to say is that all you Michelles, y'all need to get a grip or do some research because you messing things up. The best thing that anybody can do right now, if you don't agree with what's happening, then create your own, is what I'm saying. If you don't think that Trump is worthy or he's doing the bidding of his people, because proximity is everything, He went to those schools. He knows those people. He knows that world. He doesn't know the Michelle world. Proximity is everything. And you're not going to go to a funeral, or you're not going to go to an inauguration when you have proximity to these people of power and take yourself out of it. You have just done more damage. You've done damage. And you might not think it. Maybe your Michelle's, your Barackites, or whatever it is. They say, yeah, you go, girl. That's right. You tell them. All emotional. You tell them, not understanding that this is not about your emotions. This is really not about you saying I'm gonna take the high road, then you do the low road, whatever. This is not about all that stuff. No, it isn't. Get this through your head, and all those people who if you don't like what the Trumpy is doing, what the Donald is doing, then what you need to do is come up with your own ritual. Ignore that and continue on your road. What is driving me crazy these days is everybody is reacting to the Donald. If you react to the Donald, counter revolution, right? You're in his world. You're in his hamster wheel. Do what you need to do. You think that my commander, and you think that my commander-in-chief, talking about Ibrahim Traore, Captain Ibrahim Traore. I call him my commander-in-chief because to me, I know he's Captain Traore, who's the head of Burkina Faso. That's just people like that. But for me, as an American African in the diaspora, to me, all the people in the diaspora, they should say, okay, we're not going to pay no attention to the Donald's going to do what he's doing, right? But our commander-in-chief, the Donald's going to do. The commander-in-chief of the United States is in a few days going to be Donald Trump. He's going to do what he do. He's got all his whatever. Why can't we protect and how do we say support and understand and listen to our commander-in-chief, I'm talking about the people in this world, and not just what, in all of Africa, and say, this man, this young man, he's the same age as the cat he's about the same age that the cat that I hang out with that does not say my baby, that we work with in DeBrother in the mid-30s, right? Why can't you do things to help him, to protect him, to put in place, as he is your commander-in-chief? Don't you get it? Come on. I won't say black people. I hate to say black people. People, wake up. We who believe in freedom, wake up. And I'm talking about all these people, every time I listen to, look, I love Joe Horn. I know Joe Horn. I love his books, whatever have it. And he's like, Trump this and Trump that. Trump. Huh? I shouldn't mention anybody's name. Stop it. What is your program? What is your ritual for our ultimate liberation? That is the question. That is the move. The question is not reacting to things that are already done. If you was that smart, then you should have had your troops elect. Who's you going to elect? Kamala? Well, yeah, elect the skiwi person. Okay, I done did enough. I better stop. I think I'm a little bit. That's another day. No, that's it. I'm done. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Still recovering my damn. These are some times, man. But use your intellect. Think. Look, thought, speech, action. That's Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. And when you're thinking, when you start speaking, in the 60s, we used to like we have a meeting at 6 o'clock at night, all the way to 6 o'clock morning, still not get resolved. People are not even talking that long. You know what I mean? They're not even talking. Okay, I know what you said. They go. They're not even discussing things fully. Man, put me in a room. Since I mentioned that, put me in a room with Joe Horn. Come on. Put me in a room with whoever you want to put me in a room with. And we're going to do the 60s style. We're going to talk. We're going to discuss things for 6 hours, all the way over 8 hours, however long it takes to resolve or to get a strategy that we need. That's what should be happening right now. Not reacting to idiocy or whatever people. Okay, I'm through. I better stop. By the way, this has been a tea tirade, just to let you know. Okay, bye.